So how many of you are still on Team Rhaenyra? After episode 6 of House of the Dragon, some fans' allegiances have surely changed. 10 years after the shotgun wedding between Rhaenyra and Lenore, we are dropped in to see how that's going. Not well is the answer. Rhaenyra is the most important piece of this whole puzzle, so let's begin with her. All 3 of Rhaenyra's children are fathered by Sir Harwin Strong. This not-so-secret has finally reached its boiling point and can no longer be kept under wraps. It's not like Rhaenyra was keeping it well under wraps in the first place. An open secret everyone around the family knows, which is only held in check by the king living in complete denial. Even her eldest son could see the truth. Rhaenyra has made a lot of mistakes over the years, first, second, and third of which are her children. There's some question over whether those children could even be Lenore's. My understanding of what's been shown to us is that yes, Rhaenyra and Lenore are having sex. Maybe infrequently, maybe only in attempts to have a child together. In their chambers, when it's just the 2 of them, Rhaenyra calls the rumors vile, disgusting insinuations. Lenore mocking the word insinuations. Why would she even attempt to pretend those children might belong to him if they weren't having sex? She even goes as far as to say, "They are our sons, yours and mine." Rhaenyra goes on to say that he's their true father. None of this makes sense if Rhaenyra and Lenore aren't at least infrequently having sex. This all being said, Rhaenyra has been horrible to Lenore. The past 10 years have turned her from a wide-eyed, troublesome teenager into a woman who's sinking her own ship before it can set sail. Alicent is 100% right. Having 1 child by Harwin could have been a mistake. 3 is on purpose. She humiliates her husband, disrespects her marriage, her house, her father, her children, House Velaryon, the throne on which she is supposed to sit one day, and not to mention herself. She could have kept a paramour in Harwin without having children with him. We already know they have ways of dealing with unwanted pregnancies. Also, it's possible they had a type of condom at the time. Remember Mole's Town in Game of Thrones? It's not clear whether they have been invented yet, but the point is that there are ways. On top of that, Rhaenyra acts like she doesn't begrudge Lenore for living his life as he sees fit, while at the same time complaining about how he lives his life. She would rather him be running around behind her at court making a fool of himself the way she is. Then going as far as ordering him not to leave, giving him a command from her position as princess that he has to stay at her side. This all after literally acting like the children weren't his at the beginning of the episode. Then when the walls start closing in around her, now all of a sudden they're his children. Yeah, I pretty much hate Rhaenyra now. Go Team Alicent. So Harwin's an idiot and deserved to die. His father didn't, but he did. Lionel Strong probably should have been king. However, he was cursed with 2 rotten children. One was a fool, and the other murdered him. This leads to my favorite lines of the episode. Lionel Strong, when berating his dumb son Harwin, says, "Don't play the fool with me, boy." Then he goes on to say, "People have eyes, boy." I loved Lionel calling out his son for thinking he and Rhaenyra were smarter than everyone else, that they could just lie and no one would ever know. This makes me all the sadder to see Lionel go. He really didn't deserve it. Harwin not only got involved with Rhaenyra, which was a mistake, but he then stayed too close to the situation, allowing Sir Criston Cole to bait him into attacking him out in the training yard, shaming his entire family. His father no longer being able to turn a blind eye to his behavior and tries to do the noble thing and step down his hand of the king. Is it sad watching Harwin attempt to save his father as Harrenhal burns and collapses around him? Yes. Is it even sadder because it was his brother Larys Strong who set the whole thing up? Yes. Alicent wanted allies and she sure found one. While it should come as a great concern, could Larys have done anything more than what he did to prove his loyalty to Alicent? She wished it and he made it happen. Going so far as having those men's tongues cut out so they could never speak about it. By the way, those men didn't even get the wall as an option. Tough. Alicent wants her father back because she knows he'd be an ally. She's trying to protect her children while at the same time poisoning them against their cousins, I guess? They're related. She's not wrong in wanting her son Aegon to grow up faster than he wants to. It is sad, however, to see that he's being pushed into something that started well before he was born. Thinking about it, Aegon is the product of 2 marriages. Viserys' first wife was not able to deliver a son after years of trying, to the extent she died in childbirth. Aegon had the weight of the realm on his shoulders before he was ever even born. Despite not caring much about wanting to challenge for the throne, he will be expected to do so. Consider his childhood up until now. He was never the heir. He was never told he would sit upon the Iron Throne. He wasn't raised to inherit the throne. So he grows up a prince who's entitled because he's a prince, but never believing he's going to be king one day. He knows how the line of succession has been decided. When Alicent tells him Rhaenyra will want to kill him to secure her place on the throne, he genuinely feels like he could pull a Jon Snow and just say, I don't want it. Sadly for Aegon, he won't have that choice. Moving on to Daemon and Laena, mixed feelings might be an understatement. Daemon wanted to run away from King's Landing and his family, get away from the political machinations and games being played at court. Laena, on the other hand, considered Westeros home and wanted to raise their children there. Sadly, she felt like she was a consolation prize for Daemon, who didn't get the relative he wanted in Rhaenyra. She'd accepted that and still seemed overall happy with her life with him. She just wanted to go home. Of course, just like with Lionel Strong, what happens to good people in this world? Childbirth, her battlefield, was going to take her. She knew. As soon as the Maester left to go speak with Daemon, she knew. She'd probably heard stories and maybe even seen it happen, and she didn't want to go through the pain and suffering any longer. She wanted a quick death. As she put it earlier, she wanted to die a dragon rider's death. She knew she was going to die. She knew they were going to cut her open attempting to save the child. She chose to have her dragon, Vhagar, burn her and the child alive instead of giving the Maester a chance to save it. While I can understand not wanting to go through the pain and suffering knowing that your life has already been forfeited, not to give your child at least a chance feels wrong. So what will happen now? Everyone taking bets on how long Viserys will live have been losing gold for over a decade. I hope he keeps holding on, but I'm sure his time is near. Daemon will probably return sooner rather than later to Westeros. Alicent will look to gather more allies as Rhaenyra runs away dragging her poor husband behind her. This powder keg is about to go boom. What do you think of this week's episode? Let me know in the comments below.